It's giving bad vibes. Hello, we are back for episode 3 or episode 5 of Boys to Planet if you count all the episodes. And both of the planets are now combined. And we see the first few performances in this episode. So let's talk about it. First of all, it's a crime that they're eliminating all of the 1 stars after this performance. That's literally so many people. I can't believe they're just eliminating an entire group and not just a select few of people. And for this mission, they had to make teams within the same star level. So I can't even believe that any of them will survive, especially the lower ranks. Yumeki's team is literally insane though, because he has the main dancer, Yumeki of course, the 2 centers, C and K, and the 2 trainee A members, and a main rapper, Yunmin, that's just literally calling for an easy win. I also found it so funny how every time the Chinese members were called by name, they would bow. Automatically they were... Now, as I was watching these practices, of course, there's always teams with no main vocal and somebody has to volunteer to be the main vocal and eventually they will be eliminated and get all the hate because they suck and they can't sing like a main vocal because that's not their main part. And I just feel bad for them. There is such a lack of main vocals on survival shows and people rarely vote for them unless they're super popular with their visuals. When we got to the practice with He Jongxin's group doing Kill the Romeo, and the leader, Christian, he said Sho should be the sub-rapper because he's the shortest. I mean, he's not wrong, but wow, that's quite the reason. And then He Jongxin trying for the rap part made me laugh, especially the reactions, because they're all like, what was that? And then he didn't get main rapper. Now we saw the plot twist teams, and of course, Ijong. He is like some visionary for a CEO position at a K-pop idol company because he thought of his team with Liu at the center. He completely made the team for him, which kind of confused me because are you competing for yourself? Or are you competing to make Liu debut? Because why was he doing that? Shouldn't you think of, I don't know, yourself as the center so you could, you know, get more points and more attention from the audience? But instead, he wants all the attention to go to Liu. And then Liu tried to sing for the killing part and he can't sing! He got 2 votes from the members, even though he can't sing. Next, we have the Rising Sun team, and I'm so excited for Sun Hung-yu because he's just amazing. I'm excited. And then we got the S-Class team, and So-won was so nice and caring to Inu because he wanted to include him for everything, even though Inu was like so down and lost in confidence. Inu felt like he couldn't do any rap. Inu said he felt out of his comfort zone and he wasn't confident with doing rap. And So-won was just so caring and nice and like, oh, try this part, don't you want to try this part? So-won, you are such a good person. But also, I feel like it's a survival show. You gotta do something out of your comfort zone to stand out. Otherwise, you're just gonna be left in the dust. Unless you're, of course, one of the main visuals who get votes for nothing. And then we got the S-Class team with the 1 stars. And Min-jae just took leader and gave himself everything good. I thought that was a little evil, considering he didn't ask for any of the opinions of the other members. And he just assigned their roles, like, you do this, you do this, you do this. And I feel so bad for Hanwen because he's the main vocal. Nobody else wanted to volunteer because they don't have the vocal range. And Hanwen just took it and sacrificed himself. And that's what I'm talking about because he is not main vocal material either. And he did not do good at the main performance, which is really sad because I just know he's gonna get eliminated and get all the hate. And then we have the Whiplash team with the All-Stars, and Leo is just always backing up Sangwon. I love that when there's 2 friends in a group on a team of a survival show, the friend always supports the other friend. And they're like, I'm voting for them no matter what. And I would probably do the same. The All-Star S-Class team was very good, especially the main rapper, the main center guy. Crazy. Now we have the dance practice for the plot twist team, and we saw the midterm evaluation, and Xinglong just stopped dancing in the middle of the practice and walked to the side and just stood there like a statue, serving face. But then we learned in his interview that his mind just went blank. And for some reason, the masters were so pissed at him because he stopped dancing. Even though, you know, he literally went blank. He couldn't remember anything and he didn't want to bother the other members who needed to change formations and dance. Now, am I falling for mnet's evil editing? Or did Baekhyun really say because there was a muted word at the end of what he said when he told Xinglong to get out. And I don't know if the mnet just added that to make it seem like he cursed him out or if he actually did curse him out. And this was the start of Xinglong's storyline, and I cannot believe how much it got me. And I'm so glad he went viral for this because he deserves it. He is very talented. Xinglong was crying with Zihao, his boy story member, about how he only has 3 seconds of lines on his parts and then he can't do it. And then Yoon-so, who was like 15, was comforting Xinglong, and he came to him and they talked and they bonded and it was so cute and heartwarming. But also Yoon-so said he started training at like 10 years old. What the hell? They really taken these children from kindergarten. And then the most viral moment, Xinglong putting Yoon-so to bed, and he stayed with him until he fell asleep because he felt bad and he understood him because Xinglong came to a foreign country when he was young and he wanted other people to be there for him too. And I hope you debut Xinglong. And then we have the preview for the next episode and we see Lee-jung crying and talking about Lee-chen, how he missed practice and how he can't keep looking for him to come to the practice room. And then Lee-chen's like, I follow you guys during the practice. And to be honest, I'm giving such a big side eye to Lee-chen because if you watched Project 7, you will know he had some attitude issues there, but people are still defending him. And he did say on Project 7 that he's working on it. But it's been a few months later, he's on Boys to Planet now, and I'm a little worried. It's giving bad vibes and deja vu from Project 7, but hopefully it doesn't turn out that bad. And of course, we have the highly anticipated Whiplash team, so I'm looking forward to that. And hopefully everything goes well. So see you for the next episode. Bye!